Hello and welcome to Universal Heritage Television, the Vendor's Corner. I am Obianos, your host. This morning we are at Hospital Road, connecting Works Road here in Owerri. And there's a vendor stand here, and I want to do a review of the captions that we'll have this morning. So join us as we look at the captions. Now I want to look at the headlines of the dailies, and one of the dailies here, starting with the local tabloids, is the Trumpeter newspaper. Trumpeter newspaper, one of the frontline local papers here in Imo State, and it has this screaming headline. It says no hope for return of suspended Imo lawmakers. No hope for return of suspended Imo lawmakers. I also have with me here a friend who is also reading papers this morning, Mr. Austin. He's a public analyst. He will be joining me to analyze the issues this morning. Austin, you're welcome.
Good morning. It's my pleasure.
All right, Austin, look at the headlines we have here. Trumpeter, it says no hope for return of suspended Imo lawmakers. You know, the lawmakers were suspended sometime. It does seem there's no hope.
Yes, I think it's not surprising that the leadership of Imo State House of Assembly is not budging, is not seeing reasons to bring back the suspended lawmakers whom we know were suspended for no justifiable reasons. But somehow I also blame the suspended lawmakers because they have not deemed it fit to exploit judicial processes.
They're not kicking.
They are not kicking, they are just relaxed, they felt very comfortable, and leaving the constituencies they represent unrepresented. You know, you see, there is a landmark judgment in the case of the current Deputy Senate President, Uhtv Omar Gege, when the Senate, under the leadership of Saraki, suspended him, and he went to court and challenged his suspension. In the ruling, he got a ruling. The court reinstated him that the Assembly does not have the right, in that case the Senate, does not have the right to suspend an elected representative of the people. That there is a constitutional process through which a parliamentarian, a legislator, can be recalled. That when you suspend him, you have left the constituents unrepresented, and the constituency.
What about another story here? This one says plot to suspend Imo PDP House member over inherited tickets, and we have a picture of the member representing Owerri Municipal here, Anokam. It says a plot to suspend Imo PDP House member over inherited tickets.
That is the same scenario we are talking about. We have found ourselves. In fact, the Imo State House of Assembly has been a shadow of itself. It's becoming very vindictive, and they are allowing the institution of the legislature in Imo State to be so controlled by the emotion and sentiment of some political actors, especially from the executive part of the government. Whoever that is seen not to be in line with what the government wants or sympathetic to the government is seen as a threat, and the next thing is to put the legislator out.
Okay, we have another one. Daddy Hezekiah condemns Abuja-Kaduna train attack. The Abuja-Kaduna train attack has become a serious national discourse. People are worried that even with all the attacks happening in Kaduna, there seems to be no remedy, no solution yet.
In fact, let me also join Daddy Hezekiah and Nigerians across board. If you see what happened yesterday at the National Assembly, where senators of the APC extraction were the ones leading the voice, raising the voice, showing concern and condemning the Abuja-Kaduna train attack. So, like every other Nigerian, I wish to condemn it too, and I wish to say it's appalling and it's a national embarrassment.
A small caption here says Mother's Day. You know, women celebrated Mother's Day. The Anglican Church, yeah. So here has a story. Onyewuchi Asinobi celebrates Obazi women, charges them on exemplary life, and there's a picture of the Bishop of Owerri Anglican Diocese and Chief Sir Onyewuchi Asinobi. Onyeocha Asinobi is a popular man, a philanthropist.
The mayor of Mbieri or Obas. Well, I joined them in congratulating our women. Happy Mothering Sunday.
Okay. Let's go to Newsbreak. We have a Newsbreak newspaper here, and the Newsbreak newspaper has a bold headline here. It says 6 suspended lawmakers spawn probe committee. The same thing we are talking about. It does seem they don't even care, because the House of Assembly is claiming that they set up a committee to look into their issues.
After how many months? They are just setting up a committee. You see, that committee has a premeditated report or outcome. So, the suspended lawmakers, I don't think it will change anything as far as they have not shown willingness to join the bandwagon. So, answering the committee or subjecting themselves to the investigation of the committee wouldn't change anything. They can never be vindicated.
There's a story here: court restores 39 stores at Nkwochi Market to Achonwa family. It does seem these stores were taken from that family when Rochas did the market demolitions, and probably the court has restated. Is it justice served?
Yes, I think the court has also shown solidarity with the people and victims whose properties were wrongfully or forcefully taken over by the government of the last administration. I will see. We want to see that that ruling is implemented to the fullest.
What about this paper, the Echo, the News Echo? We have the News Echo here, and it has a screaming headline. It says native doctor in police net with a rider over kidnap mother of royal father. Native doctor in police net. That's the News Echo. With a rider over kidnap mother of royal father.
It's becoming a very recurring scenario in most crime fighting and crime reporting. We have seen that most criminals, especially kidnappers, now resort to alternative powers, like traditional medicine, charms and all that, ritual killings and all that. And they do all this in collaboration with native doctors who give them these charms, and who also some of them act as armory for these criminals. So it's not surprising. It's one of those news we've been hearing lately.
Another caption here says Soludo cautions gunmen, says Anambra can't bow to criminality. Soludo cautions gunmen, says Anambra can't bow to criminality. It does seem that the language is changing, because he had extended olive branch to all the warring factions in Anambra State, especially the IPOBs, and whom he invited, and they also accepted to work with him. What is that happening?
I think that is a wrong narrative and the wrong perception we'll keep making. Most times when we witness this criminality and arson, bombing and all that, we link it, the government link their propaganda machine to always mention ESN and IPOB. In this case, it has not been ascertained, and no group has claimed taking responsibility of perpetrating that crime. But I join Soludo in saying whoever they are, those criminals are, please, they should give peace a chance. This unmitigated criminality, bombing of both public facilities and kidnapping of individuals, is not helping our economy, it's not helping the state. It's sending us backwards. Like Soludo cried out yesterday, money which have been deployed for other developmental and infrastructural programs will now be channeled into rebuilding and reconstructing these facilities that were destroyed. It doesn't help us, it's taxpayers' money. We need to be prudent and judicious in applying these resources so that we'll get the result.
All right, let's look at more local tabloids. We have the Oriental. Okay, we have the White Paper. Let me look at the White Paper. Yeah, this is the White Paper, and the White Paper has a bold headline here. It says face of Dr. Ijoma Arodiogu. Face of Dr. Ijoma Arodiogu, Igbo-born National Vice Chairman of APC Southeast. That's the White Paper. That's the White Paper here. Arodiogu was emerged as a national vice chairman of APC Southeast, as against all those who were earlier fronting. And one of the papers earlier had accused Governor Obianos of not carrying along the aspirations of the Southeast APC members at the convention.
You see, this issue of consensus that was introduced in the Electoral Act is one principle that was not clearly defined, and it exemplified itself in the last APC National Convention. All the National Working Committee members, zones, working committee members that were elected or were confirmed last convention were not subjected to contestation. There was no exchange of ideas. Most of them were imposed by the president imposed a national chairman in agreement with the governors, while the governors were asked to go and produce other members of the working committee, and that was clearly what played out.
That's what the unity list is all about.
That was what the unity list was all about. Even at the point of announcing the unity list, most of the contestants were surprised that they weren't consulted. They didn't know how the list was made, and they were not appeased in any way to say, okay, back down, we'll do this, we'll do that. And most of them had incurred huge expenses in buying the form, in mobilizing their people, a group of people that the APC boasts of over 200 million registered members. But you can over 41 million registered members. But you see a situation where the president and less than 21 governors now sit down to decide the fate of 41 million registered members. Is that in democracy?
This one has Abba Kyari rejects prison food as inmates get excited by his presence. It's now like the hunter becoming the hunted now.
In fact, the remanding of Abba Kyari, in fact, and the case is novel. In fact, that is what Nigerians want to see. You could see that at the time there was excitement in the prison when he arrived. Other inmates were celebrating, they were in joyous mood. They felt, they felt that this was the man who was sending them to this, who brought them here. Most of them were the people IRT investigated and brought to the prison. So if we should run an egalitarian society where rule of law should prevail, such people should also test the food they cook for others.
About this time he has rejected the food.
Well,
okay.
If the Correctional Service Authority will grant, no, he has a right to apply for self-feeding.
We have another caption here that says ABGA aspirants protesting mind-blowing cost of nomination forms. ABGA aspirants protesting mind-blowing cost of nomination forms. ABGA, especially here in Imo, with this development, we won't say they've learned their lessons, because ABGA had a very unsavory out last time here in Imo State, and with what is happening now, everybody thought maybe they are going to lower the stakes so that they will be able to, get things fixed. But now they're talking about nomination forms being too high.
ABGA should choose between winning election or making money. In the last, making money for the party and individual and power brokers within the ranks of the party, especially those of our brothers from the other states. If you noticed what happened in the last primaries, you could see that ABGA as a party raised substantial amount of money from aspirants in this state. At the end, these same aspirants were denied the opportunity of freely presenting themselves to the party delegates. It was a kind of the highest bidder took the ticket. So they should, right now, they should choose between winning election in Imo State or making money as usual.
There's a caption here that has a very catchy attention. It says, ex-Governor Obianos' wife declares for Senate, apologizes to Soludo over her encounter with Bianca Ojukwu. I'm sure you know about the slapping saga that even got to America, but the woman who started it here says she's apologizing probably for going to confront Bianca because she didn't do the slapping.
Partly, I blame Governor Obianos for that excessiveness of his wife. Just like some Anambra people are testifying, they say the woman had been a thorn in the on the flesh of most government appointees and political appointees. That had been her character, for to have displayed it openly at the full glare of Anambra and Nigeria, in fact, the international community is another mind-blowing, too far. You know, it was an embarrassment, and I don't think this is the right time for her. Gauging the mood, the perception of who she is, and her temperament, I don't think this is the right time for her to declare for any political office. She should give it some time so that people will come over the embarrassment she caused the Anambra State government and her husband in the last swearing in.
So let's now look at some national dailies. We have the Nation here, the Nation newspaper. We have the Nation newspaper here, and the Nation newspaper has this big caption: "Fears mount over 136 people on attacked Abuja-Kaduna train." Fear mount over 136 people on attacked Abuja-Kaduna train. The same thing we are talking about. It seems the number of victims or kidnapped persons are increasing.
Yes, it's like we are bemoaning that singular attack. I think the presidency has not met the expectations of Nigerians. One, some family members have confirmed that the kidnappers have contacted them, asking them to be ready, that they will call back to demand for ransom. And some are still complaining that they have not heard from the kidnappers on their loved ones, their relatives. But I think the president has not met the expectations of Nigerians. This was a kidnap that happened 2 days ago. It took the president 2 days to issue a statement condemning that particular act. The Femi Adesina just released a statement today saying that the president has given the military charge to kill, eliminate, and miam. We have seen so much of that. My brother, what we lack here in a security situation we find ourselves, there is no proper coordination. There is no proper policy formulation. There is no strategy.
Is there even the real political will to engage this issue?
That is what I'm saying. There is a particular office that has been rendered either redundant or the person manning that office is ineffective. That is the office of the National Security Advisor. The National Security Advisor coordinates the security policies of the federal government, interface with the military heads. He is the bridge builder between the military and the political office. But we have not seen it happening here. There is no clear-cut policy of how the federal government want to tackle this insecurity. There is none. And there is no feedback. I wonder what the man is doing there. That is not an elective position. Baba Gana Mungunu have been there for 7 years. 7 good years.
Still talking about insecurity, we have this one. It says, Asoni's kill guard, born Anambra Council headquarters. Asoni's kill guard, born Anambra Council headquarters. Probably that's why Soludo is giving the warning. And while we take up this issue, even this morning, information filtered into us that the Mbieri police division was raised last night, was burnt to ashes last night. Even though we are waiting for the police to confirm that.
My brother, it's very pathetic that these arsonists are targeting public infrastructure and with courage and boldness. Even the security infrastructures we have in this country. In Mberi, we have also heard that some gunmen attacked the police station. The news is yet unconfirmed. But that of Anambra is also very pathetic because it's a government institution, the local government. It's a local government headquarters, and we heard that somebody was also killed in that incident. What we don't know is the motivation of these gunmen. What are they asking for? We need to look at these people. Do the police, the security?
They are amorphous. Nobody knows them. So how do you talk to them?
If we have clear-cut intelligence, a robust intelligence system, we should find that it's not about killing them. It's not about getting and miaming and killing. The person dies with the information. Can we engage these people? What actually are your demands? What do you want? You are no longer killing.
Some will just say it's a bunch of uncoordinated amorphous criminals who are just, taking advantage of the security situation.
Whoever they are, they must have a motivation. They must have an objective. What do they seek to achieve? How are they funded? How are they, for people to risk their life mobilize resources to carry out that attack. They have an aim, an objective they want to achieve. So until we get that, this security situation may be far from being nipped in the bud.
Okay, we have the Guardian newspaper here. And it says security threats rising, need new strategies, says Niger president. Security threats rising, need new strategies, says Niger president. Of course, you know that the Nigerian president, Mohamed Bazoum, visited President Buhari yesterday. And I'm sure security would have been one of the top issues they discussed. And after the man addressed the press conference, this paper is reporting that the man said security threats rising, need new strategies, according to the man.
Yes, like I said earlier, we need to fine-tune our strategies in tackling this insecurity. Countries like Niger, Chad, Cameroon, our neighbors, our critical neighbors, are critical partners in managing insecurity in this country. From the testimony of one of the victims of that Abuja-Kaduna bound rail attack, the lady said those that attacked them were speaking Fufude. And Fufude is the native language of Fulanis. And he said, from her testimony, they said these people, from what they observed, both in their language, in their look, that they were foreigners. They don't look like local Fulanis or Nigerians, that they were foreigners. It means that these people have been migrating either from our neighboring country, or they have set up a camp in Nigeria, operating from that camp here in Nigeria. But however it is, we need to engage our neighbors, our critical neighbors like Chad, Niger, Cameroon, so that this insecurity can also be tackled from the Nigerian end and from outside Nigeria. It goes again to show that our borders are so porous, so unmanned, that people can walk in and walk out freely and do what they want. And there's a movement of both light and heavy weapons unchecked. So these are areas Nigerian government need to take drastic decisions on. This issue of relationship African neighbors, and they have native living here and native living in other countries, should be played down. And let's face national security and give it the desired consideration it deserves.
Okay, we'll look at one more paper and then we'll wrap up for the day. Let's look at Punch. Let's look at the Punch newspaper and then we'll wrap it up with the Punch newspaper. This is the Punch newspaper, and it has a headline here that says terrorists kill 7 soldiers. NAF rains bombs on forest. Terrorists kill 7 soldiers. NAF rains bombs on forest. It has riders here. The riders say military gets approval to deploy Super to Kano. DSS police comb forest. National Assembly threatens shutdown. APC lawmakers demand NSA sacking. Leaked memos reveal why EFCC rejected Amechi's 3.7 billion naira security proposals. That's quite a package of information here.
It's another embarrassment that 48 hours after the terrorists attacked Abuja Kaduna bound train, the terrorists came again around Zuba barracks, just less than 20 minutes from Aso Rock, somewhere in Suleja, and on the same Abuja Kaduna road, and attacked passengers, killed how many military men? 9 officers.
Yeah, 7 here.
Okay, there's another report had it that 9 military army officers were killed. You see, Kaduna is the military headquarters of Nigeria. The 1st division of the Nigerian army is in Kaduna. The army depot is in Kaduna. The NDA is in Kaduna. Air Force is in Kaduna. All the military paraphernalia of this country is headquartered in Kaduna. And the same Kaduna is on daily basis under heavy attack. The Kaduna airport was attacked. Some airlines have refused to fly that Kaduna airport, Asman and Peace Air. The railway have been attacked. They have attacked the road. Sheikh Hosani raised an alarm yesterday that the terrorists had blocked a particular section of the road. So How do you go to Kaduna? Is Kaduna now a third portion of Nigeria? Ungoverned? It's embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing.
All right, on that note, we are going to wrap it up. We've come to the end of today's program. We want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank my guest here, Austin Egejuru, who's done a very good analysis of issues here. And I also want to thank the vendor lady. Let me go to her. The vendor lady that gave us the opportunity to use her stand for this review. What is your name? Tell us your name.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Wosu.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for allowing us. Okay, so that's the Vendors Corner on Uhtv, and we've come to the end of the program today. But remember to subscribe to our channel so that you can be getting updates of our broadcast at Universal Heritage Television Naija, Universal Heritage TV Naija. That's our YouTube channel where you can subscribe and be getting our updates. All right, we'll sign off now to come back tomorrow for another edition of the program. I am your host, Obidi Marco, and I say happy weekend.